10 seconds remaining.
Right. Took a little while there. We had 2 failures to load, but we're here. I've never been so happy to see the drafting screen and have Axe grunt at me immediately. Yeah, it's unfortunately I missed
10 seconds
I
remaining.
missed my cast last Thursday, and I'm
5
mad at myself
seconds
for it.
remaining.
Fortunately, I wasn't able to get on
Radiant
and
team
cast, and
ban.
I didn't really do a good job of communicating that I wasn't going to be able to cast, and improvements need to be made. But that's in the past. We're here now
10 seconds
on Sunday
remaining.
for some SCS, as I just
5
make a
seconds
sound that you guys
remaining.
probably heard with the mic. But we're in the quarterfinals of SCS. We've got
Reserve
Spartan
time.
Gaming on the Dire side. They're going to be going up against Invictus
Dire team
Shadowy, which we've seen before. We actually saw them 3 games, I believe. I think they went quarterfinals, semifinals, finals, but they lost in the finals.
Radiant team
I think.
pick.
I think that was last Sunday. But we've definitely seen them before. So they're no strangers to the cast, but I don't believe we've ever seen it's Spantan? I believe it's Spartan. They just misspelled that or something, as they've got the Spartan helmet there as their logo. But it's Spartan Gaming. I don't think I'd recognize any of their
10
names,
seconds
but
remaining.
I don't know. Maybe
5
they
seconds
will impress, but we're already well into this draft as we've got Axe and Sniper banned
Reserve
out by
time.
Spartan, and we've got Troll and Juggernaut banned out by
Radiant
Invictus.
team pick.
First pick was Vengeful Spirit, and that was immediately responded with an Earthshaker, and don't leave me hanging here, guys, come on. Well, we're going to have to wait a little bit, but there is a second pick coming, I promise you that. Well, we've got Earthshaker, which is a very mobile support. He likes moving around on the map. Not because he's very fast.
10
It's hard to run with a
seconds
totem
remaining.
on your back. But because he just likes to move around and
5
just
seconds
slam the
remaining.
ground and make rock walls that people can't walk by,
Reserve time.
which magically disappear after a few seconds. I think it's 7 seconds, 7 seconds. God, I should know this stuff. It'll say on the skill. 8.
Dire team pick.
I knew 7 was more right, but it's 8. Either way, we've got our second hero, Ancient Apparition. So actually showing their support duo immediately off the bat here. And actually, I saw an interesting article on Gosu Gamers this past week, which was talking about heroes that get played in competitive since
10 seconds
6
remaining.
point. I don't remember the patch
5
that they went all the way back to,
remaining.
but they analyzed all the heroes that were getting picked, and
Reserve
all
time.
the majority of the times, the heroes that are picked up front are always the support heroes, and we're definitely seeing that this time around.
Radiant team
Part of that is because it helps disguise your draft quite a bit. You're not giving away too much
Dire
of your
team
strategy
ban.
right out of the gates. But we are seeing that here, and Vengeful Spirit, I believe, was the most picked support and most picked hero out of all of them. So,
10 seconds
well,
remaining.
she's back in the meta now, so that's no surprise. She's been around several
5
times before.
seconds remaining.
But we've got our second hero on Spartan, and that's Clockwork. So
Reserve
they're going with the
time.
Dire offlaner. The Dire Clockwork in the offlane. They're going to be going up. It's Earthshaker AA, and I think AA should be able to zone Clockwork perfectly fine, which should allow Earthshaker to do that roaming around that I said he's most likely going to be doing. We've got Dusa and Viper now banned out. And I think what Invictus may actually choose to do here is use the Earthshaker in the top lane right off the start. You can lay down a fissure to actually stop the creeps. You don't actually have to block off the entire lane, but you can just throw like a fissure across, and the creeps will actually just walk into it and stop and wait for the fissure to end before they go top, and that should give their offlaner quite a lead off the start.
Radiant team ban.
And then, depending on which offlane they choose, they may actually just end up keeping Earthshaker up there, or maybe rotate him to the mid lane. But like I said, he's most likely going to be moving around, if not stacking the jungle and all that. We'll have to see exactly what the matchups are going to
10
be.
seconds remaining.
But Shadow Fiend's going to get banned out by Spartan.
5 seconds remaining.
And that's a little surprising coming from the team with a player named Nevermore. Of course, Nevermore
Reserve
is
time.
Shadow Fiend's name. Both teams taking a while here in the banning phase, as we're still waiting on their 4th overall ban from Invictus. And with our initial picks, it's very difficult to really
Radiant team pick.
ban too much in terms of what your opponent's likely going to be picking up. So they're really thinking about the path that they're going to go down and trying to ban accordingly to just heroes that are going to kind of shut them down. So I'm guessing the Shadow Fiend ban was in response to the fact that Viper got banned out, leading to them potentially wanting to go with a
10
Radiant Shadow
seconds
Fiend.
remaining.
So Spartan chose to ban that out. Skywrath is a hero
5
that pairs
seconds
incredibly well with
remaining.
Clockwork, but also a support that pairs well with the Vengeful Spirit as well.
Reserve
So I'm no
time.
surprise that they're banning that out. But yeah, they're definitely taking their time. Usually you see if they're taking their time on that 4th ban, that they're kind of working out everything. Who they're going to ban there, and then also who they're going to pick, because you get your pick immediately after. But apparently they're still on the fence with this one.
Behold the horn of Magnus.
Magnus
Dire team pick.
is going to be the pick. It's the Rhino. So he's most likely going to be our mid laner. And that's a hero that not too vulnerable in the mid lane, as he can just charge away. So he doesn't really have to worry about any kind of rotations coming out from the Clockwork once he hits 6. But that's still quite a ways down the road.
10 seconds remaining.
5
5 seconds remaining.
You're never going to get these picks right.
Radiant team pick.
You did get them right once, but Silencer's going to be the pick from Spartan Gaming. And immediately
Dire team
Phantom
pick.
Assassin comes back. So we've actually seen Phantom Assassin run quite a bit in the mid lane, but most likely going to be the safe laner here. And that's actually quite interesting because Phantom Assassin is a hero that doesn't really care about a Clockwork jumping in with cogs. Sometimes clocks will try to hookshot in onto the carry, throw down their cogs, and force staff themselves out, or
10
maybe just leave
seconds
themselves in
remaining.
there with the carry, depending on what the carry is and whether they went blade
5
mail or whatever.
seconds remaining.
But PA doesn't really care. She can just jump right out with her blink
Reserve
strike.
time.
And here, actually, I've got some pretty knowledgeable people in chat. Does PA's blur still function through global silence? I believe it does. But if you guys could
Radiant
confirm that in
team
chat.
ban.
A blur, you still get the evasion from blur, even when global silence is on. But I believe that should be fine. And we're going to see Slark get picked up for Spartan. And that's a
10
hero that's going to do
seconds
quite well
remaining.
against PA. It's going to help lock her down in place. So she's
5 seconds
somewhat
remaining.
limiting her movement in the team fights. But it's also a hero that's going to be able to steal her agility.
Reserve
And,
time.
well, all her stats, but mainly her agility. So Slark's going to be hitting harder. PA's not going to be hitting so hard. Plus, she's going to be losing a little bit of health. The downside to that is the fact that you're just not hitting PA every time. And there's another question about interactions that I
Dire
don't know.
team ban.
Slark only Essence Shift, I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, Essence Shift steals when he actually lands a hit, right? It's not one of those interactions where even if you miss, you still steal a charge. I believe that's the case.
10
But once
seconds
again, you guys could
remaining.
confirm that one in chat for me. That would be awesome. So we see
5
our 5th
seconds
ban come out.
remaining. Radiant
And it's
team
going
pick.
to be the Storm Spirit and the Queen of Pain. So once again, Mr. Sizzo, you're wrong again, man. He called out Shadow Fiend, and with the delay it had already been banned, and now he called out Storm. And of course that one got banned. One of these days. One of these days he's gonna get it.
10
One of these
seconds
days.
remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So both those are actually tempo setting heroes.
Reserve
I
time.
don't really think that Invictus Shadowy was after the Queen of Pain. But I wonder why they chose to ban that out. I mean, I guess there was potential for running a Queen of Pain and putting the mag in the off lane, or actually running the Queen of Pain in the off lane, but I don't know. I'm not sure if I would be so worried about going against the Queen of Pain when I've got Silencer on the team. I think it's a little weird. But they do ban it out, so maybe
10
they've got
seconds
something planned.
remaining.
Invictus is going to go with Meepo. Huh.
Dire team pick.
Interesting. So that's definitely going to shake things up. We've got some options here. Is that a Meepo mid? I don't think so. I have a feeling it's going to be Meepo safe lane. Meepo, of course, pairs incredibly well with AA, which would mean our lanes would then be PA mid, Mag off lane, and then Earthshaker
10
A,
seconds
Meepo as the
remaining.
defensive tri-lane, although Earthshaker probably going to be
5 seconds
helping
remaining.
PA mid.
Ember Spirit.
Huh, and there we see the Ember Spirit counter. Ember Spirit actually does quite well against Meepo. Of course, he's got his Sleight of Fist, which is going to deal damage to all the Meepos. But even his, whatever his E is called, that shield, I can't see it now because the draft is finished. But it's the shield that he puts on actually does well against not just Meepo, but the Meepo AA combo. Because when AA lays down his Chilling Touch on the Meepos, all of them get them. And of course that deals magical damage, so the Ember Spirit would be able to absorb that damage and not take it as the bonus damage coming out from Meepo, which makes him pretty strong at
10 seconds
all stages
remaining.
of the game going up against the Meepo. And basically what Invictus has to do is they've basically got to snowball really hard on the back of this Meepo to get some value out of the pick, because as the game goes on, it's going to get weaker and weaker against the Ember Spirit. They do have some late game in the
Prepare
PA,
for battle.
so they don't really have to rely on the Meepo to go late game. But I guess we'll introduce the teams here, as we've got Invictus Shadowy on the Radiant side. Playing that Meepo is going to be Argus. Playing the AA is going to be Puppy. The PA is going to be played by Prada. Terrato is going to be playing the Magnus. And at Sonic, check him out on Twitter, is going to be playing the Earthshaker. On the Dire side, we've got... Excuse me. We have Team Spartan Gaming. Playing the Silencer is going to be
30 seconds.
Didin or
to battle.
Diden? I'm not sure which one how to pronounce that one. The Ember Spirit's going to be played by Sleep at 4. The Vengeful Spirit's going to be played by Gin. Nevermore's going to be on the Clockwork. And Stan is going to be on the Slark. We got both teams starting with a smoke, as Earthshaker's going to be holding onto it on the Radiant side. A nice charge skewer from the Magnus, pushing Gin up onto the high ground, and that Vengeful Spirit's going to be stuck there for a while. And we also see that Venge is holding on to the smoke. We've also got Boots on the Magnus, as well as on the Clockwork, so both offlaners choosing to go with their Boots first build. No real surprise there. Courier's already running out items. As Ember Spirit just saving a little bit of his gold to see exactly what the lanes were before he chose to spend all his gold. And then we've got the TP running over to the Vengeful Spirit and trying to deliver that to her while she's up on the high ground, and she will be able to, so she can TP away. She's TPing up to the top lane, so now we know all our lanes. As we've got the Vengeful Spirit, the Silencer, and the Slark in the defensive tri-lane going up against that off-lane Magnus. In the mid lane, it's that PA Ember Spirit matchup. And in the bottom lane, we've got Ancient Apparition, Earthshaker, and Meepo going up against the Clockwork. How do these lanes match up? I actually don't know how the PA Ember Spirit lane goes. That's huh. I imagine Ember Spirit's going to do really well in this lane, and he doesn't really have to be too concerned, but I could be completely wrong on that. As well, it looks like Ember Spirit's winning thus far. In the bottom lane, they need to get some levels under this Meepo's belt before he's really going to be able to bully that Clockwork. Meg leaving top, going for the top rune, as we see Venge is also making the move for it, but going to be there a little bit too late. And now Meg's going to try to make a wraparound onto the mid, but I don't think he realized that he's been spotted out. But either way, Ember Spirit not really respecting that wraparound coming out from the Magnus. But now it actually looks like it's going to be a turnaround as the PA is getting quite low. Prada having to use a bottle charge there and eating a tree to get her HP back up. But that did cost Ember quite a bit of his HP as he's down to about half. But his bottle just arrived on the courier, so he's going to bottle up and send that back on the courier, and he'll have a fresh bottle relatively soon. Sonic hasn't really been moving around too much, as he's kind of been just staying in the bottom lane, trying to harass back the Clockwork, and that's okay. I think they'd rather PA struggle in her lane and fall behind a little bit than have Meepo struggle in his lane, because they really want this Meepo to do a lot for them in the mid game, as that's the real value in that pick. I wonder if maybe Nevermore could have potentially gone for a kill on that Meepo. I guess he would have been able to get it low, but he wouldn't have been able to kill it, because when the Meepo went to run away, the other one would have just ensnared it. Meepo wouldn't have been able to poof to the other Meepo because of battery assault, and there wasn't any other creeps for it to hit. I guess technically he could have poofed in with the other Meepo, and then it would have been 2 targets. And then he could have potentially tried to kill the Clockwork. So maybe it was the right play from the Clockwork to just not go for that potentially risky play. I was just talking about how the Earthshaker and the AA were just kind of sitting in the bottom lane, but they've since smoked up. And going for a wraparound here onto sleep at 4. And even the Magnus is here, and here we go. Here comes the initiation. The Fissure's going to come down. We've already got a Stifling Dagger as well. And Tirado's going to come and cut him off with the Skewer. Sleep at 4 is going to go down next auto attack, and there's our first blood. It's going to go to the Magnus. As he lands once again another nice Skewer to secure the kill there. The first one, of course, wasn't for a kill, but to push the Vengeful Spirit up onto that cliff. So value Skewers coming out from this Magnus. And Nevermore choosing to go with a bottle in the off lane, and he's going to bottle up the bottom rune, which is Illusion, and just head back into the bottom lane. Top lane, and what's going on up here is Mag just took a little bit of damage from the silencer, but not too much. We've got, wow, the Meepo way out in front in last hits, 41 and 6 on the Meepo. The next closest challenger is the safe lane farming Slark, which is at 29 and 7. And then it's the 2 mid laners, 26 on the Ember Spirit and 21 on the Phantom Assassin. So that Meepo way out in front. Both offlaners pretty even, as we had a kill in the bottom lane onto the Clockwork, as Sonic making a play there. He's more concerned about the illusion in the jungle than the actual hero in the bottom lane. But that's the second kill now for Invictus. And Venge is fed up as Gin has smoked up and trying to make something happen. She's going to sit up here on the top of this cliff and potentially look for a wraparound here on the Phantom Assassin. And will she choose to go in yet? I think she's going to wait a little bit. Her Ember Spirit's quite far. And she's going to hang out for the top rune, but Mag has made his rotation. He's going to spot her out. She will get she will get the haste rune, and then she'll, looks like she was just going to try to run mid, but PA was already well away. As he was already heading for the bottom rune where Meepo is already netted up Nevermore, and we're going to see another dead Clockwork. And Sleep at 4 just jumped in. He's looking for a kill. And I think he may get one. Yeah, he will get one on the Meepo, but I think it's going to cost him his life. As Puppey, Prada, and Sonic are both trying to focus him down, but Sleight of Fist is apparently a good skill, as Puppey's going to go down, and now Gin with that haste is going to chase down Sonic and get the kill there. Sleep at 4 running away. But I think they're going to potentially be able to turn around Prada. Will there be a TP coming up from Silencer to cut him off? No. Okay, so this looks like it's going to be the end of this fight. But disaster for Invictus, as they were
Dire's top tower
looking like that was, they were in a good spot there. They were going to get the kill on the Clockwork, and they did get the kill on the Clockwork, but it cost them cost them 2 heroes, as we've got a Skewer and an RP coming out from Itorado, who, oh my goodness, he thought he had the kill, canceled his attack. And then he went back for it, and then he was just too committed. He dies to the tower.
Is under attack.
So a slight mistake there coming out from the Magnus. Looks like he definitely could have had that kill if he didn't cancel his auto attack. Not sure if he would have been able to get out of there. I think the Silencer still would have gotten the kill on him. But with that slight mistake, he doesn't get the kill, and then it's just unfortunate. As I don't believe Prada's seen up onto the high ground, so he doesn't know that these two supports are up here, but will the creeps spot them out yet? No, it doesn't look like they will. As oh, no, he just saw the Silencer right there. But they're still hanging around, and I think Prada's going to back up quite a bit, as doesn't want to be playing too greedy here in this mid lane. As it's not so important that PA gets a ton in this lane, as I was mentioning earlier. It's more important that Meepo gets quite a bit in the bottom lane. But it's PA's goal is not to die and feed. Basically, she wants to get what she can in this lane, but kind of limit Ember Spirit from just spiraling out of control. And kills will allow Ember to do that. But we've already seen a 1, 1, and 2 right now. Silencer wanting to wrap around on the Mag, but Mag just throws out the shockwave onto him and hits him. He gets hit with the Curse of the Silence there. Curse of the Silence, I believe it's called. Yes. And getting forced to use the Skewer there. Again, making her way back up into the top lane. Looking to run straight in on the Mag. They're not able to get a good initiation on him, as he's actually positioned himself quite well in the lane right here. We're going to have an Observer Ward coming down, so they're really looking to still protect this Slark. Unless they plan on maybe moving their Ember Spirit up into that top lane. But speaking of Ember Spirit, he's jumped down into the bottom lane. He will jump forward with his remnants, and that's going to be a dead Meepo. And that's exactly why they picked this Ember Spirit. He can just bully Meepo all day long. And this isn't even the point where Ember's actually really, really strong against Meepo. He's in a good place right now against Meepo, but he's still going to get stronger effectively on the power curve. Oh, missed RP there coming out from Torado. He tried to catch Gin with the RP so that he would be able to skewer her back towards the tower. And that would have been a kill for sure, but RP unfortunately not landing there. It's a whiffed RP, and that will be on cooldown for quite some time. But I don't think that's the biggest thing in the world. He went for a kill on the support, didn't get it. It's not like they're a team that's going to go and try to press the advantage early on. They're not going to bring the fight to their opponent yet. They need a little bit more on Meepo, and before they're going to look to try to do too much. Puppey with that haste walks right into Nevermore, and you could see Nevermore. He was walking this way, and then he saw the AA, and his eyes just lit up as he saw the kill potential. And now he sees another kill potential as the Earthshaker, oh my goodness, gets hit with the hook shot. He comes in, and it was the last auto attack needed from Nevermore, but with a slap of the totem on the ground, Earthshaker gets out of there. Argus trying to wrap around on Nevermore. There was a kill in the top lane, as once again Silencer gets a kill on the Magnus, and that was right under tower. That was right up here. So obviously he made some kind of play up there. So maybe just getting a little too greedy again. And getting caught out. Meepo just broke the 100 CS barrier. Now 100 CS. The closest is 69 on the Slark. The mid lane's actually relatively even. 59 on the Ember Spirit versus 43 on the PA. Obviously that is Ember Spirit favored that CS, but I think Prada's doing quite well. There's been a lot more pressure applied to Prada this game than there has been to Sleep at 4. But Prada been doing a pretty good job in this mid lane thus far. And, let's actually switch on over to net worth so we can see exactly how close they are. Yeah, about 800 gold behind in the end. That's not too bad. Nothing near Meepo, but I mean that's to be expected. It's a safe lane farmer. Offlaner's quite even as well. Less than 100 gold separating them. The difference in this game is going to be made up on the supports mainly, as both Dire supports are ahead of the Radiant supports, and as I say that, Gin uses the smoke, and that puts her net worth below the Earthshaker. I'm guessing if we look at the gold graph, it's going to be probably slightly Invictus Shadowy favored because of that Meepo. And I'm completely wrong. It's actually Spartan Gaming favored. Slightly. It's still relatively even. Just 1,000 gold. But I'm getting... Where's that difference? Oh, doesn't matter. As Nevermore is going to once again open up on Puppey. And that's going to be another kill for Nevermore. Global Silence now getting used. And are they going to go for the Meepo? Who did manage to poof away. And Sonic will go down as well. Gin getting the kill there. I'm not sure how he was able to get that poof off. I guess the Global Silence was already over. And it is an early Global Silence, which I believe he gets 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Close enough. Man, I'm really bad with timings. I actually... You know, in blitzes, people always make comments about Blitz, and you know, he's famous for his Storm Spirit play, but he also doesn't know any of the mana costs or cooldowns of his abilities or anything like that. Oh, Toronto missing another RP. I'll get back to that in a second, as we're gonna have a kill onto Prada there. So Sleep at 4 still managing to get a kill when he gets ganked by 2, and oh my goodness, they get the kill onto the mag as well. Nice TP coming in. Disaster again for Invictus Shadowy, as they were so close to getting a kill on Sleep at 4 there, but instead it's, well, 1 kill for Sleep at 4, and I believe it was Nevermore who got the other kill, and they still didn't get that kill on Sleep at 4. That's just absolute disaster. And getting back to that point I was saying is that Blitz doesn't know when he's playing Storm Spirit or for any hero for that matter. He doesn't know mana costs or cooldowns or anything like that. Cooldowns, mana costs, you know, maybe that's a little questionable on certain heroes. But but when it comes to cooldowns, I don't know any of the cooldowns either. I know the cooldowns for like big ticket spells, but beyond that, it's just all feel. We're gonna see Sonic getting picked off there, and Argus is gonna come in, and that's not the best fight to take, as he's gonna get cleaned up by Sleep at 4, who's not done, as he's gonna go after the mag and try to chase down Toronto, and he's gonna go down. Giddens gonna get that with the magic missile, and now Puppey's gonna try to TP away. I think he might die before. No, he manages to get the TP off in time, and Prada thinking about jumping in there, but that would have been not the best decision to make. Maybe choosing to go on Gin here, as there's no one else around. Yep, choosing to use the Blink Strike, but not getting a crit there, and Gin's going to get away with, frankly, not losing too much HP. Oh, he's going to jump in again, Prada. Guess he didn't see Nevermore there, probably just outside his vision range, but he was lucky that Sleep at 4 was a little bit further back. And now Stan just finished his Shadow Blade, has TP to the mid lane, and looking to make use of that and jump on Prada immediately. Gonna dive under the towers, gonna get the pounce onto Prada. Prada's gonna now try to TP away, but that's not going to happen, as it gets cancelled by Sleep at 4, and Prada will go down. So what started off well for Invictus Shadowy is they started with 2 kills. And even a skewer up onto the cliff, forcing the Venge to really not get much done for the first minute and spend 100 gold on a TP. Has quickly gone the other way as the kill total is now 15-3.
Flares here.
And that is not what they wanted. What a disaster indeed, as I think Indy's referring to what happened in the mid lane. But I think this whole game has just been a disaster. Nothing has been going right, and I just missed that other kill on the Ancient Apparition. But I imagine it's all the same.
Radiant's bottom tower
I
is
feel
under
like-
attack.
I feel like they needed to reach a timing where they need to start doing something.
Dire's
Maybe this
middle
was it.
tower
Maybe they
is
were
under
just
attack.
waiting for the Blink Dagger on the Meepo. You know, he already finished his eggs, but I think maybe we're just waiting for the Blink Dagger as well before they started to do stuff. But it feels like they haven't really got anything done, as they've just kind of been getting bullied all over the map. They've been trying to do little things, but they haven't really been fully committed to it. And because they haven't been fully committed, they're going in 2 or 3 at a time, and it just comes back and bites them in the ass. As well, frankly, the Dire is just responding to them properly, TPing and supporting each other. Prada now trying to get something done to jump on Nevermore, but Nevermore once again turning that around.
Polish
And
my armor in your blood.
they need to have another hero there.
Dire's
Like
top
Puppy
tower is under
is
attack.
6. He's got Ice Blast available, but that wasn't there. And the top lane, Argus, now getting picked off as well. It looks like he was trying to initiate on someone, but Sleep at 4 and Stan combined to get that kill. And now the Ice Blast is flying up to the top lane, but that wasn't thrown when that fight was going on. That was
Radiant's middle
just
tower is under
after the
attack.
fact. And it seems like they're just not on the same page right now. They need to start playing together, and this is actually
Radiant's middle tower
frankly what I
has
believe
fallen.
is a little bit of an interesting build coming out from the AA, and this is how I believe most AAs are skilling right now. But when playing with a Meepo, I imagine you would want to put more points into the Chilling Touch. I could be wrong, but well, we've already had the skewer used, and now Nevermore with a nice hook shot. That was blind as well. I don't think he had vision of that one, but lands that, gets the kill. Puppy now manages to land a 3-man Ice Blast before he goes down, but he is already down, and Argus is not going to be able to get a return kill here. Prada may be able to get one onto Nevermore. Oh my goodness. He gets them just low enough right as the Ice Blast expires, and now Prada's going to go down. Nevermore is going to be able to TP back to Fountain, and it's been the story of the game. Just complete disaster. Every single play is just not working out for Invictus Shadowy, as they are now down 22-4. And we looked at the gold graph before, and it was just a 1k difference. Look at it now. It's now 12k in 19.5 minutes. My goodness, this one has quickly gone south. Invictus is in a whole lot of trouble. And Toffees in chat says brutal. I agree. It is absolutely brutal. Every
Radiant's
fight,
bottom
they're
tower
going
is
for
under
one kill,
attack.
and it just doesn't happen. And somehow, I don't understand how this happens. Sonic has managed to get a Blink Dagger 20 minutes into the game as an Earthshaker.
Radiant structures are fortified.
He is playing position 4, but as an Earthshaker,
Radiant's top tower
when his team is
under
down
attack.
22-4. What? That's the timing that his Mag had to
Radiant's
get his
bottom
Blink
tower
Dagger.
is under
Yeah,
attack.
you know, he built
Radiant's bottom tower
Bottle
has
Arcane
fallen.
Boots, so he's got more gold on him than the Earthshaker. But how did Sonic manage to get this Blink Dagger on Earthshaker? This is actually what they need. They can fight here. I think Spartan will actually try and take a fight here. And I think this is an opportunity for Invictus to say, surprise, we've somehow managed to get a Blink Dagger on our Earthshaker. Spam pings came out there from the Meepo, Argus. I guess he wanted Sonic to come back to smoke, or maybe because he saw the flare and he didn't want Sonic to show the blink dagger. But Spartan choosing to actually back up, not trying to press the issue, and claim that tier 2 tower, despite the fact that they were already going to get themselves in a good position on the tower, have a good concave. But now they're going to TP to the top lane, try to push Argus back, maybe try to catch him out with Stan. But he responded appropriately. Now Argus fishing for a kill. Oh, blinks forward, tries to get the net off on Gin.
Radiant's top tower
Now
is
Gin's
under
going to chase just to throw out a magic missile. She does have haste, and oh no. Oh no, Argus. Argus is going to go down. Ice Blast's going to come in. Oh, it's going to be a little bit past them, but it will put the effect onto 3 heroes. There comes the Echo. Sonic's going to get a kill onto the Silencer, who hadn't used Global yet, so that's off the table. Now Nevermore is getting chased down, but Iterado's going to go down. Puppy's going to go down, and Prada are going to go down. They're just too far behind now. And now Sonic's going to go down as well. It's going to be a 5-man wipe. Sleep at 4 is going to get the kill here. So they get 2, but they lose all 5 in the process, and 27-6, and they're just so far behind. Even with those 2 kills, despite being so far behind, they are still losing. That doesn't show the entire fight, but I believe they should have still lost out in the end. As well, we're past 15k net worth difference between these 2 teams in just 22 minutes. How does Invictus Shadowy get back in this?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I don't know. Valathorn chat says, Raffle, I just got here, but after that is when I call GG probably. And you know what?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I think I would be pretty damn close to that moment. I mean, you are so far behind in this game. The Slark hasn't even done anything yet. And Global Silence is going to get used here. They're lucky they didn't have to use it last time. And it looked like Argus was maybe going to be able to try to get something done on the Meep or on the Slark there, but Global Silence came out, and that meant he wasn't going to be able to deal much damage at all. And instead, the Meepo goes down, and this is going to be a free Roche for Spartan Gaming. Oh my goodness. Invictus doesn't even realize what's going on with the Roche right now, so they're not even farming with all the space that they have at the moment. With this rocket flying out from where it came out, they should know, but well, there was just the announcement that Roche was dead, so they definitely know as well. Clock. That flare is just so scary for everyone on this Radiant side. They have no idea where these Dire heroes are. They've got this observer ward up here, so they saw the clock, but they didn't know what was behind them. All those heroes were actually quite far away. They already made the move down into the bottom lane. A little surprised to see them put the Aegis on Stan, but I guess that means Stan can just kind of go ham and just run into the middle of the enemy team, not really have to worry about anything. Oh, we're going to get a nice RP. Plus a skewer, but it is just going to catch Stan, who is going to pop his ult. And oh my goodness! Sleep at 4 with... Oh my god, the Sleight of Fist gets a triple. My goodness. I'm guessing that was a crit with the Chrysalis, but oh my goodness, he gets a triple.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, this is all but over. 32-7. They're gonna lose their tier 3 now here. Probably lose a set of racks, although they're gonna have their Ancient Apparition and Earthshaker respawning. But their PA is now in trouble. There's no one up to save her yet. Sonic will blink in, but it's too late. Prada's already down. Ice Blast off the mark, and Puppy's gonna go down as well. And Sleep at 4 casually completes his Daedalus while killing Puppy at the enemy fountain. Argus is now up as well. So the tier 3's down. Will they stay for the melee racks? It looks like they will. Stan getting skewered back, and we're gonna have a buyback from Prada. So they really want to defend their racks here, but it's going to be very, very difficult. Look at how much HP Argus loses there from one Sleight of Fist coming out from Sleep at 4, and that was a non-crit. Stan's going to get the kill on Argus, but also on Sonic as well. despite Sleep at 4 doing the majority of the damage. And we are going to have that set of racks going down. They're staying in it. And I don't even know if you back. Even though you don't have global silence. I think you were just so far ahead you just end the game. And looks like they're not going to back. They're going to put pressure on this tier 2. And Invictus, I don't think you defend that tier 2. You defend your high ground. That's for sure. You're going to have your meeple up. What's the timer on the Echo Slam? Still got another 20 seconds. But looks like they're going to go for the top, getting all those tier 2 gold, tier 2 tower gold. And the other thing that's nice about this is they say, you know what? If Invictus Shadowy wants to engage on us when we're pushing this tier 2, that's even better for us. It's a much more favorable engage for us. And oh my goodness, look, they may even get a pick off here as Nevermore is going to jump in, but Skewer will get the mag back to safety. And there comes Sleep at 4 and Stan as he gets bullet in place, and Stan comes in, cleans up both the Ancient Apparition and the Earthshaker. Prada going down as well, and there finally comes out the GG, as this one was a little bit of a stomp for our first match of the night. This was the quarterfinals. This is SCS. We should have our semifinals coming up pretty much immediately, as we're a little bit behind with this game. But that's going to wrap it up for this game. Once again, I'm Niz. You're watching NizCast. Hopefully you're enjoying the cast, and hopefully you're going to stick with us, because we do have 2 more games left tonight. Make sure you hit that follow button on Twitch. Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter, because those are all my channels. That's how you know what I'm casting and where you can watch the VODs, when I'm casting, all that kind of stuff. Follow me on all those channels. But we've got another lobby to get to, so I'm going to hop into that one. I'm going to throw it to a little bit of music from Approaching Nirvana. And hopefully we'll be right back with you soon. Thanks for watching.
Radiant team ban.
Kill you all.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick.
Alright, I told you guys it was going to be quick. We're already back in this. It's the semi